Without even asking the question, I think I know the answer that I'm going to get from 99.9999% of all contractors out there. So I want to discuss it a little bit, talk about it, make you think about it a little bit, and kind of discuss some pros and cons. So when was the last time that you did a drawdown test on your proportioner or your proportioning device? Okay. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a big proponent of the original proportioner, that kind of a thing. And that's not what this is about, though I'll say that the valves and everything used inside there is top notch, right? And that being said, even with the original proportioner and the quality parts and quality assembly, all those kinds of things, you still need to look at doing drawdown tests every now and then. So why would you need to do that? So let's look at that. How do you know that everything is calibrated correctly? Okay. When you get your proportioner in and the box comes in and you hook everything up and you start to spray, I would still do a drawdown test. Okay. Make sure that there's not some debris in there, in the stuff you put together. Make sure, like, you put some tubing together, whatever, it didn't suck something up and get stuck into one of the valves or one of the check valves. Okay. So a lot of times we get questions about, well, how come my bleach is turning pink or my water is turning pink? And that is because of a check valve gone bad, or having some debris inside of it. So what's happening is it's drawing back, and I'm using pink because if you're using Apple Wash with a proportioner, you can get that backflow coming if there's debris inside the check valve. Okay. That stands true on any side. Okay. So if there's debris in the check valve of the bleach, guess what? It can bleed back into your water tank or even into your soap tank, whatever that is. So I encourage you to do a drawdown test. So very simple, easy thing to do. It works a little bit easier if you've got drop tubes where you can just pull the tubes out, but you don't have to do that, right? Let's say that you've got a 100-gallon bleach tank and a 100-gallon water tank, and that's what you're drawing from, right? And then you've got a 7-gallon soap tank, 15-gallon soap tank. The soap I'm not as concerned with, though I think you can calibrate that as well. Okay, so very simple and easy to do. Okay, if you're doing some of us call it 1%, some of us call it 10% mix ratio, right? And you set your dials, and you're setting your dial to do a 10%, 1% mix ratio, right? What does that tell you? That tells you for every 10 gallons of water you draw down, you should only be drawing down 1 gallon of bleach. Okay. Same thing with if you're going to do like a roof and you're going to do it at a 3% mix, right? 30% mix. It's easy to do those calculations if you're not constantly feeding water. So you have to have those things turned off so that you're not feeding water into your tank to do the drawdown. What I like to do is I would take a 5-gallon bucket. I would take the two of them actually, one with the soap and one with the water. I would set them at 50-50 and I would draw. They should be drawing down at the same rate. Okay, then I know that they are at that 50-50 mix, right? That they are getting 50% water and 50% bleach. Okay. And then I would do the same test over again, and I would set the dials at the different levels. So I'm setting it for a 1% mix. I'm setting it for a 2% mix. I'm setting it for a 3% and a 4%, and then 5%, of course, 50-50. I'm never generally going over that. I don't feel the need to do that, but I could see going both directions. Okay. The quality of the proportioner that you're using, okay, if you're using the original proportioner, you're getting good quality parts that aren't being eaten up by the bleach like you might on some of the lower quality proportioning devices that are out there. Okay, all of these are going to matter. When the time comes that something happens and you burn some plants or you do something, whatever it is that you do, and you come to find out that, hey, but I was only on a 1% mix. Okay, we had this happen. Okay, because there was some debris that got caught in the water valve. And so the water wasn't no longer drawing at the same rate that it was supposed to be drawing at. And so what happened was it was getting a lot more bleach out there. Luckily, the guys could smell it. They sensed it and said there's a problem. And that's what got us started in doing drawdown tests. Okay, they're super easy. They're not difficult to do at all, and it's an important aspect of what it is that you do. Okay, so let's look at the positive and negative side here. The positive side of that, and one of the things that you should do is you should keep a record of every single time you do a drawdown test. Okay, truck number one, drawdown test done, first of every month, and you've got a record. You've got a sheet that says that it was done. It was done at a 50-50 mix, and it was done at a 1% mix. That's how I would do it, though, again, I would recommend doing it at every single level. It's not going to take that long. What is that going to do? If there is ever an issue, if there's ever a problem and you're ever in court or you're ever whatever, right? You can show we did maintain our equipment, right? Because that's kind of what this is about. It's about maintenance and making sure that things are right and that things are as you said they are, okay? The other thing it will do is it will let you know the condition of your proportioning device, okay? If you do have debris in one of them, maybe your guys are saying, hey, man, this just isn't cleaning very well. And you're thinking it's bad bleach, but maybe it's not. Maybe you're running a 50-50 mix, but you're only getting a 20% mix ratio, right? You kept turning it up because it wasn't working and you're 50-50 now, it's still not working. Okay, maybe it's because there's debris inside one of your check valves or inside the lever itself. Okay, so I strongly encourage that. I encourage you to keep a record of every time that it's done. Keep that and file it away with that for that particular truck or that particular proportioning device, and just making sure that you've done the drawdown test. The other side of that is it is going to eventually prevent an accident from happening where you do kill a bunch of plants or you do cause something to oxidize because you're hitting it with too strong of a bleach mixture. It's not really going to matter if you get debris inside the bleach check valve or the bleach valve itself and you're not getting enough bleach. That's typically not going to create a big problem. It's really going to be if you get it inside the water side. Now, a lot of guys use good filtering systems and all that kind of stuff, but you still get sludge built up inside some of the different water systems. Okay, even though it's going through, you can still get. Matter of fact, when I would take my proportioners apart, the one that always had the most problem would be the soap valve. Okay, just for some reason, the soap, the soap. I never had problems with the proportioners valves. I would have a problem every now and then with the proportioners check valves, and the check valves would occasionally leak or go bad, or something would get stuck inside them, right? Just from debris, like leaves or something got inside the tank or something to that nature. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do a drawdown test and track that drawdown test. Okay. Make it something that's just part of your monthly maintenance thing. So when would I do that? I would probably start doing that on a monthly basis. If you set it up correctly, it shouldn't be that hard to do. Shouldn't take but a few minutes to do. Part of your maintenance thing. That's just a little tidbit, a little tip here from the Spray Wash Academy. Hope you all think about that just a little bit and get out and do a drawdown test. Let me know the results of your drawdown test. I'd like to see it.